Happy Sunday, everybody. No Penguin game today. I just wanted to talk about the Penguins today. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take off this Arizona hat and put on a Penguin hat. Ignore my messy hair, by the way. There we are. We got the Penguins hat on. Yeah. Today I just want to talk about the Penguins and our topic. I have no script, by the way. I'm just gonna talk. Today I just want to talk about how I feel about the Penguins trade deadline. Now, a lot of people don't like what Ron Hextall did during the deadline, and I can totally understand that, because we'll get into it. So what the Penguins lost at this deadline was Teddy Blueger, probably my favorite player on the team besides Crosby, so it really hurt. Brock McGinn, which he was pretty cool. He did well in December, but he kind of fell off. And Jesperi Kapanen, which, I don't know if it counts or not, but we did lose him to waivers, but he was probably waived because of the trades, so I'll count him, because we did lose him during the deadline. And what we gained was Michael Granlund, which is... Okay, the radio isn't for me. We gained Michael Granlund, which I think Michael Granlund's a good player, but $5 million I think is too much for Michael Granlund. We could have gotten so many other guys with that money for a bottom six, and we went for that guy, Michael Granlund. So we got Michael Granlund. We got Dmitry Kulikov, which he has not had his debut yet, but he'll probably be a third pair defenseman or a healthy scratch. He'll probably rotate between that, because I don't know who he's going to replace in the lineup. He'll probably replace friggin' Pierre-Olivier Joseph, and I don't want... If the Penguins do that, I'm going to be so pissed. And we gained Nick Bonino, which I think Bonino is a good pickup. Glad we got a former Penguin, so, the guys know who he is. Glad it was Bonino. He's on the fourth line. He's a good penalty killer. He did really well with us in the 2016 and 2017 playoffs. And a stat I saw online was the Penguins are 8-0 in playoff series when they have Nick Bonino. So I think we're gonna win the cup now. So yeah, it's pretty good. But now my thoughts on the entire deadline. A lot of people think Ron Hextall didn't do a good job. I can sort of agree, but we did get better. We did get better during the deadline. Because Brock McGinn wasn't playing well. Kapanen, we all know, wasn't playing that well. And Teddy Blueger, he was a good penalty killer. But Teddy Blueger was our one and only true loss of the deadline, I think. Because Kapanen, he's a nice, fast, young player, but he cannot produce, really. And Brock McGinn barely got a shot off in this final month or two with the Penguins. So, yeah. But I think Bonino will be a good penalty killer to replace Teddy Blueger. Granlund's also a good penalty killer, and Granlund can produce points. He has not produced any points with us yet, but I'm sure he will. We play Columbus on Tuesday. He'll probably get something going then. And Kulikov, I don't really have any expectations from. I just want him to come in and play good defense, because that is what he is. He's a defensive defenseman, so he better be playing defense. And a lot of people are like, oh no, Kulikov is so bad at defense, because he's like, and all that stuff. But he was playing on the Ducks. The Ducks are really bad. Of course, he friggin' sucked on the Ducks, because he's on the Ducks. It's as simple as that. That's how I felt with Jeff Petrie. Everyone was like, oh no, but Jeff Petrie was a horrible defenseman for Montreal last season. Well, yes, because Montreal was the worst team in the NHL. So, of course, he was pretty bad. And Jeff Petrie, now that we're mostly through the season, I'm fine with him. I definitely don't like his salary, but I think he's a decent defenseman for us. I just wish he was getting like $4 million, $3 million instead of the 6 he is getting, I think. So yeah, that's the only problem with that. Same with Granlund. Granlund is making $5 million, and there's so many players out there we could have gotten with that $5 million. Example, former Penguin Nick Bjugstad. He was traded from Arizona to the Edmonton Oilers, and he scored, I think, on Friday with them. Bjugstad is only making barely $1 million, I think. What? We could have gotten Bjugstad. He would have been a good bottom 6 player. And we got Granlund, which, Granlund is better. But we could have gotten Bjugstad and somebody else. And probably somebody else. So that kind of annoys me. Because Bjugstad's really good. Would be nice to have him. There was also Andreas Athanasiou. He did not get traded, but he was rumored to get traded. He was on I think Sportsnet's trade block and TSN's trade block. So he was definitely probably looked at by some teams. He's making I think $2 million, or $4 million. I'm not really sure, but we could have gotten Chicago to retain, and we could have gotten him. And Athanasiou could have been a great replacement for Jesperi Kapanen, because Kapanen is a very fast player. Athanasiou is a really fast player also, but he also could produce on Chicago, which is a pretty bad team. Chicago is. So yeah, we kind of missed out on that. Kulikov I'm fine with. I mean, there were some better defensemen out there. I think we could have... If we could have got... I don't think we could have gotten Chychrun, because Ottawa had to give up a first rounder for Chychrun and a couple other picks and stuff. So I don't think we could have gotten Chychrun, but Chychrun will be worth it for Ottawa for sure. So if Penguins got Chychrun, I think it'd be worth the first rounder. But Hextall's been very... He does not want to get rid of our first, which I am completely on board with. We can't be giving up all our first rounders anymore. We need every first rounder we can get. Owen Pickering last season, I think will be good in a couple years. This season, we're probably going to get another 22nd overall pick or something like that this season. Okay, but I'm getting sidetracked. Do I think we had a good deadline, the Penguins? I think we did. We did get better. But was it enough? I don't think so. I think we could have gone for so many more players that could have made us even better. Because we really need everything we can get. Because we have really struggled this past month. And we went on the 4-game win streak at the end of the month. But I don't think the 4-game win streak isn't... We still are not playing that well, I don't think. We lost. And we go on a little... We still have to play New York 3 times. We have to play Boston again. We play Islanders again in a couple of days. We have some crucial games coming up also. So yeah, I think we could have gone for a lot more players. If we didn't go for Granlund, we would have had $5 million extra dollars to spend on whoever we want. Nick Bjugstad would have been a nice guy. Athanasiou would have been a nice guy to have on the team to replace Kapanen. There were so many things we could have gone for. Half of me is glad we didn't go for JT Miller or Brock Besser, because I don't think that would have been any better than Michael Granlund. All 3 of those players are expensive players. I'm sure JT Miller would be a good... He's a really good player, JT Miller. He's definitely putting up the points. He's definitely He's definitely a really good player. Penguins got him. Man, that would have been nice. But I don't know. We could have. I think we should have gone for like maybe not Michael Granlund. No offense, Michael Granlund. You're a good player. You're probably gonna be with us for a long time, like 2 or 3 years. But like Nick Bjugstad would have been nice. Athanasiou would have been nice. There was a couple other guys. The point is, I think there could have been some better players we go for. And Nick Bonino is 34, turning 35 in April. Didn't mention that. Bjugstad's 34. He's pretty old. We could have probably gone for a younger player also. Athanasiou is 28, which isn't exactly young, but it's like right around his prime area. Bjugstad, I think, is like 30. Yeah, so Bjugstad would be nice too. Penguins gotta stop getting older. We can't keep getting older, because this season might be one of our final goes at the Cup, if we even get a chance. Yeah, Bjugstad is 30 years old. So yeah, like, we didn't do enough. I don't think we've done enough to really significantly improve our team. We did get slightly better, but is it enough? I don't think so. But we did. But I think we got good replacements for Teddy Bluger and Brock McGinn. Nick Bonino is our new Brock McGinn, which I'd willingly replace. And I guess Michael Granlund's our new Teddy Bluger. I still prefer Teddy Bluger, but you know. So yeah, Penguins are in the second wildcard spot. Ottawa's approaching them. Florida's approaching them. Washington's approaching them. Detroit's in there. So it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. I think Penguins still make the playoffs, but not by much. I think it's gonna be a tight race to the end. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to talk about. XO had an okay deadline. You know, it could have been better. We could have definitely done better. But, you know, we can't get everything. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you on Tuesday. That'll be my next video, probably.